My colleague, Maureen Killeran, wrote these words this week. We gather in the encroaching dark, drawing from our shared light the strength we need for our values to be sustained. We gather in this time of stress and uncertainty, drawing from our shared warmth the possibility of gratitude, even amidst the problems and losses of our days. We gather in this week of Thanksgiving, reminding ourselves that grimness leads only one way, and that joy and laughter are essential companions if the world we long for is ever to be realized. After a difficult 2 weeks, here's what I think we need this morning. I think we need to be fully in community with each other. This means welcoming new members, as we just did. This means breaking bread together, which we will do after our service. This means making plans for the future and how we will work at healing this world, which the social action team will help us to do during our talk soup. This means listening to some of our wise people. Bruce and Betty and Brenda join me in the pulpit today. And we draw on the words of some incredible writers this morning. Being fully in community with each other means listening to beautiful music and singing beautiful music together. It means participating in ritual that grounds us in gratitude, even during difficult times. So that is what we have planned this morning, and I'm so glad that you are here with us.
Hallelujah for the Discomfort by Laura Solomon. Prayer is not a language I speak. My words get tight, jumbled, stilted. I'm never too sure of who I'm talking to or if they're listening. I get stuck not knowing how to address the person to whom I am speaking. If it's he or she or they, I know God is probably that 10-year-old genderqueer kid who already corrected me once last week when I used the wrong pronouns and didn't think to ask first. I mess up every prayer I utter in spite of my best intentions. But I want my heart to be good at blessings. I want my blood to be made of hallelujahs. Want my cells to form themselves in the shape of active love, till it's the only thing I'm made of. So even though my bones tremble when I speak, may it be only because I took what was broken and used it to fuel a fire of intensity, and the pieces, they sometimes rattle when I get going. There is no place for shame, disappointment, being small. This active love is bigger than my tendency to be complicit, silent, passive in the face of injustice. So here is the hallelujah. Here is the ferocity, the intensity, the wholehearted being without apology. This active love alliance is the hallelujah. So, hallelujah. My love pulls my spine like a ripcord that parachutes the broken open umbrella of my heart. My heart prays on street corners with signs and loud voices, in quiet circles, in conversation, in how do I help, in listening, in standing up, speaking up, showing up, showing up, showing up. I was not taught to pray. I was not taught to engage this type of love. I was taught to be quiet, to look away, to not speak, to look for love in all the wrong places. Can't find my own body holy enough to keep her whole and sacred. There are so many layers to stepping in, but brave is just what we call scared when she's holding hands. So let's hold hands. Hallelujah for the discomfort. Hallelujah for every time we pull back the covers on our still sleeping hearts to feel what we couldn't feel before. Hallelujah for the pain of light entering our too long closed eyes. Let's throw open the shades and bless the uncomfortable. We'll praise the surprise, hear the sadness, the rage, hold the tears, cherish the anger. Let's bless this holy voice. Turn our anger into movement that breaks ground on this moment of truth building. Let's build ourselves into promise beings of active love. Let's break the truth so when we speak again, our voices shake and we let them tremble.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Betty Williams. I've been a member of this UU Meeting House for 9 years. 2 years ago, I was taking a writing course led by Hildy Olson at Provincetown Library. It was this very week. And she gave us as an assignment to write an essay on gratitude. So I did, and not being very clever, I called it Gratitude. How appropriate it is that I write about gratitude this week, this Thanksgiving week, the week when everyone in America is supposed to give thanks for everything we have and everyone we know. When thinking about these past 6 months, I am relieved that my radiation therapy for vaginal cancer is over. I am appreciative that I don't have a team of friends from this very UU driving me to Hyannis on a daily basis in the blazing heat, with each round trip taking at least 3 hours. I am happy that my 7-day stint at Beth Israel Hospital for direct implant radiation is a foggy memory. I am delighted that when my body rebelled and I ended up in intensive care, that somehow I came back out of the haze that surrounded me and returned to the living, knowing that my sons could rest a bit easier. I had made it through. Gratitude. It's a tough concept. I kept thinking about this topic for the past 2 weeks, wondering what I'd write, hoping it would be something profound, an essay for the season, words of encouragement for others going through similar circumstances. I know that gratitude should spring from the heart like lilacs into bloom in the spring, like a baby smile which melts your heart when those little eyes gaze up at you with trust and love, like a song that lifts your spirit with its majesty. But despite the fact that I was searching and searching for the right words, nothing came to me. That is, until today. That day 2 years ago, when I was walking through my little apartment at Province Landing, and I looked at my faded, old, shabby, red recliner. The back is ripped down in one straight line about 4 inches from the top. The outline of my head dents the puffy top of the back of the seat. The arms are worn smooth, and the seat is a different color from the rest of the chair. How did this chair get this way? When did it happen? And why haven't I noticed it before? Then I realized that this chair was my rock, my comfort, my resting place, my home every day after each radiation treatment. I would collapse in it after each bout in the bathroom, after each walk with my little dog Lucky. This chair held me up, head, arms, and legs, while I was making the effort to be hospitable to visiting friends who were concerned about me during that lost, dreadful summer of 2014. In remembering all this and looking at the faded red recliner, I realized that indeed I am grateful. I was and am grateful for the comfort and the quiet this chair brought to me. With these new eyes, I realize that it probably is time to toss this old friend out and buy a new one, but I can't do it right now. Right now, this chair symbolizes security and love. I don't care if the outline on my head has changed the color of the top pillow section. For now, it's all right. It's reminding me that yes, my head and all of me was down and out, but now I'm popping back. My hair is a little more gray than it was in June, but somehow I'm stronger and more at peace with myself than I've ever been. So, my friend, the red recliner, thanks to you during this Thanksgiving week. Thank you for letting me rest when I needed it and surrounding me with comforting arms during those long summer days and evenings. I'm truly grateful to you and want to keep you close to me for months to come. For the truth is, I need you still. And now a little postscript. I have been totally cancer-free for 2 years now, and I still have the red recliner. Thank you.
Good morning. The Last Leaf by David M. Horst. Once, many gray autumns ago, I came upon a tree. The tree, a poplar, had dropped all of its leaves, but for one. Just one. Exactly one leaf remained near the topmost part of the tree, fluttering in the breeze like a little reddish-brown flag. All of the other leaves lay about the ground or had blown away. I stopped and looked and marveled at the sight. I wondered what the odds might be that I was the one person who happened to arrive at that one tree at that moment when that one leaf remained. What were the odds? I felt an instant kinship with one leaf. I admired its stubbornness. I spoke quietly to it. Hang on. Never give up. Don't let go. I gazed at the last leaf for a time, though I did not stay to witness its falling. I did not want to witness its falling. The leaf was not ready to let go and dropped silently to the ground. Neither was I. Though I knew we both would, in time, let go. I praised that last leaf on that autumn day many years ago when I was still young. I walked on, slowly, imperceptibly. A sense of calm came over me, a sense of acceptance, a sense of peace.
I want you to notice these barren, bare trees that I've brought with me this morning. Perhaps your spirit feels barren and bare like these branches. Our souls have seasons, just like the earth does. And you already know that I think it is important to let our souls have their seasons, to let our hearts have their seasons. Last week I spoke about being mad and sad, and giving ourselves time for that. And with the holidays coming up and all of the justice work we are being called to do, I'm feeling a little bit rushed into the joy season and the fired up season, the consumer season and the activist season. And I know that winter can be a difficult, lonely, depressing season for some of us too. And I'm thinking we do not want to be rushing into that season quite yet. And so when I was thinking about what might be good for our souls right about now, what might fortify our souls for the journey ahead, I thought that what would help is if our souls could be rooted in gratitude, because that is what is going to feed us, keep us going during the next few months. That is what is going to sustain us and keep us centered. That is what is going to keep us grounded and connected. If we do not know what we love about this world, how are we going to work for it? How are we going to find our way back to the light if we don't remember what it feels like? So even if your soul feels like a barren tree branch this morning, or even if you feel like you are that one last leaf hanging on for dear life, I bet there is at least one thing that you can find to be grateful for. Probably more, but even just one small thing will do. Betty gave us the beautiful example of the chair. And so I invite all of you to call to mind something or someone that you are grateful for this morning. And I invite you to hold that thing or that someone at the center of your heart for a moment as a spiritual practice. What's that thing that you are grateful for? In a moment, I am going to give you something that is to represent that thing that you are grateful for today. It's a leaf. And I'm going to invite you to bring your leaf forward and hang it on our barren tree branches here. If you'd like to speak aloud what you are grateful for, what your leaf represents, you are invited to do that. Just one line, please, because there are a lot of us. Or if you'd rather hang your leaf in silence, that is fine too. But I really want to hear what you can lift up today, large or small. We need reminding of our blessings. We need this practice to steady us, this practice of gratitude, even during cold and empty times.